notebooks and notebooks and notebooks and notebooks. Oh my. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to talk about one of my favorite things today, notebooks. And I have a whole lot. Pile that I'm going to go through right now isn't even all of the notebooks that I have. I'm going to go through some of my favorites, and then I am going to share with you the one that I think is the best overall. Leuchtturm 1917. And this is the size medium, and the paper is 80 GM. Don't know what exactly that means, but these two were the colors. Every year they release different colors. These were the two that were released in 2022. I couldn't decide which one, so I got both. I use these for are the writing workshops throughout the year. I like this one, this type, because it has an index and all the pages are numbered, and they're sturdy and they lay flat. They hold fountain pen, ballpoint, rollerball, pencil, whatever you want to use. They always have two ribbons, which makes me happy. These are dot grid, which I quite like, especially for writing workshops or any workshops, because you can draw diagrams. You're not restricted to line, so you can just do some fancy little decorating here and there. And there's always a little pouch at the back as well to put some little bits and pieces in if you like. But these are awesome. They're very sturdy. I've got 4 on the go. I've got others that are not in use. These two, although they're full, I keep them because I use them as reference guides for previous notes and things. But usually once a notebook is full, it gets stored away in my trunk. Something that's very similar to the Leuchtturm is the Rhodia. Now what makes this one stand out is I like the squishy cover. It also lays flat, has a good elastic band also. The paper in this one is from a French company, Clairefontaine, and I'll talk about that notebook in a moment. Also beautiful fountain pen friendly. This one I used for my editing course when I was taking, I still have 2 more courses to go, so there's still space in there. It's not a flexible cover, but it is semi-flexible, and I like it because it's squishy. It also has the pouch in the back is really standard for this type of notebook. Again, beautiful paper. This was a gift from my lovely son-in-law a few years ago, and it's awesome. And this is the actual Clairefontaine notebook. I got this one from my son when I was visiting Thailand, and I said, "Oh, Ben, you have a Clairefontaine notebook." And he said, "Do you want it, Mom?" And I said, "Oh, yes." This one is a grid. I don't normally use grid notebooks, but he gave it to me, and it's Clairefontaine, and so that's really great. Perfect for making lists with your grandson and decorating. Also great for all kinds of pens. Oh, he made a little game here. This is really cute. It's not full. They also make really beautiful cursive practice scribblers. Beautiful. Another company that is often put side by side with the and Rhodia is the Moleskine. Now Moleskine has a long history. I've heard a lot of critiques about them, that the spines crack and break and separate and things like that. I've never had any issue. It is the calendar planner that I use. It's solid. This one is the one that I use for school. I like it because it's got the calendar on one side and lined on the other. But in terms of stability, it's held up. You can get this flexible soft cover or you can get the hard cover. But we're just talking about notebooks right now, not calendars. When I'm writing a story draft or poems or any kind of creative writing project, I like a lined notebook. I brought these two out because they're the same size, but you can get the ones with more paper. I think this one has, you know what, I'm not even going to guess. It has a lot more paper than the other one. But I like to write a quote in my notebooks when I start them, and this one is, "The most regretful people are those who felt their own creative power restive and uprising and gave it neither power nor time," from Mary Oliver. Now this is with a fountain pen. I was pressing really hard because I was trying to make my letters really nice. And very little, a teeny tiny bit of blotting here, but virtually ghost free and bleed free as well. This one has been around, I think this one I started in 2012, and I still am using it for a little bit. And it's been in my backpack, in my tote bag, fallen on the floor, stepped on, spilled on, and it's frayed, which is fine. That's character, right? Okay. Before I get to the Japanese paper, let's talk about these Italian notebooks. I love, 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 love these notebooks. Fabriano, made in Italy. This one is 85 Gs, and this is an A4 size. I love, this one is, oh, actually not quite blank. I've already started this one. The space between the lines is bigger than in some of these other notebooks, and I like that, especially when I'm writing and I'm on a roll and I'm having this, what you call divine download. I pair this one almost always with the Lamy Safari fountain pen. It writes fast, and it also has a nice scritch on the paper. I love it. I love this size. I love that it folds back like this. I can be sitting on the couch with this up on my knees, and it's sturdy. These are great notebooks. Fabriano from Italy. I've got 2 here, but I know that I have at least 2 more somewhere. Okay, some Japanese notebooks. This is the Midori notebook. It's usually plain, but I stuck some stuff on the cover, and it has some really nice solid binding with the ribbon that comes through it. This one is a calendar and notebook, so it's super simple, beautiful paper. I was using this as a writing calendar, so tracking writing contest deadlines, and you can color code it with different stickers. And then in the back is the grid section for any other details that I was going to use. Beautiful, also super paper, super fountain pen friendly. This paper is a little bit thicker than some of the other Japanese notebooks that I've used, but still really beautiful. They also make a washi notebook. The paper has a bit more texture, and so if you're doing any watercolors or using brush pens, it's really nice for that. Okay, Hobonichi Techo, I love. Okay, it is tea with Sheryl, so I really need to take a sip. Okay, Hobonichi Techo, my first one I got was in 2004. No, not 2004, sorry, 2014. And I fell in love with these little notebooks. The paper is so thin, and you think, how can it hold fountain pen and stickers and watercolors? But it does. This is the 5-year diary. I got it last year for 2023. And one of the bonuses of 5-year diary is that a couple of nights ago I was writing my little gratitude entry at the end of the day, and I had a review of what had happened a year ago on that same day, and I'd written, Benjamin had a good idea. And I thought, oh, so what was the idea? I have no idea what the idea was. Anyway, the paper seems super thin, and it's beautiful, and I love how it bulks up by the end of the year. This one is a 5-year. Where's my other one? My regular one is not here at the moment. It's somewhere else right now. Anyway, beautiful paper. 2023 was the last year that Hobonichi Techo had the original Tomoe River paper. I have not bought a new one since then because I made a promise that I would use what I have, and I have a lot. So I don't know what the new Tomoe River paper is, but I've always been a fan. It's been beautiful. Oh, and I forgot to mention this one. This one is also Fabriano. I started a reading journal this year, and that's for another video. I wasn't going to use what I had. I was going to get something new, and my daughter reminded me that, Mom, you have lots. So this is the one that I ended up with. I like it. It doesn't lay as flat as some of my other notebooks, which is why I wanted to get a new notebook. But beautiful paper. This is the dot grid, and again, super fountain pen friendly. And I'll walk through this one in another video. But that's one. And I forgot to mention this one as well. This one is from a company in Vancouver. They do calendar planners, weekly, and they do undated planners. And this is their bullet journal. Oh, amazing quality. It does lie flat, It's quite substantial. I'm not sure how many pages in it, but I use this as my North Star journal. I don't do the lettering. My beautiful daughter, Jessica, can you write something really lovely here for me? And what do you want to write? And she does it. She's so talented. There's an index. There are 3 ribbons on this one, and their ribbons are made from recycled plastic, which is really awesome. This is hemlock and oak. Again, thicker paper holds whatever it is that there's no ghosting, no bleed through, no blotting. It's just amazing for a bullet journal if you want to use that. I use it as it's my self-growth. My self-growth notebook? It's my North Star journal. So back to Hobonichi Techo. This is the cousin size. This is the regular size. This is my YouTube video and project planner notebook. It's got two ribbons in the cover that I have. And I love this system. This is the to do, doing, and done planning system. Love it. This has the original Tomoe River paper. And even though I didn't use it as it was planned, as it was designed to be used as a diary for, 2020, you can just reuse these. All I have to do is rewrite the date on things that are dated, and it's still beautiful and quite effective as a project planner. Okay, so before I reveal the absolute #1 best notebook, I'm going to invite you to press the like button. Thank you. Okay, so the best notebook that anyone can have, bar none, is the Hilroy Scribbler. Okay, the Hilroy Scribbler, available in any supermarket, pharmacy, office supply store. I'm kidding just a little bit. The best notebook is the one that you have at hand that you can use. Anytime I have one of these, I always fill them up. These are great. This is full of poems and short story drafts that I've submitted to different competitions. I haven't won any, but stories that I've written and enjoyed the writing process. My first memory of ever writing in a notebook, I was preschool, living on Pretoria Avenue, and my older siblings had got their school supplies, Hilroy Scribblers and the Bic crystal pens, and I remember taking them when I wasn't supposed to, and taking that Bic pen, and I still remember the smell of the ink on that page. I just went over and over, like, I got in trouble probably, or maybe I didn't, I don't know, but I do remember that. I remember the smell of the ink. I remember how pressing so hard and seeing if I could get the pen to slice through the page. Anyway, all right, there you go. Notebooks with Sheryl, tea with Sheryl. I'm so glad that you were here. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you later. Bye.